Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for your continued support, you guys. I appreciate it. So I'm just going to pull out a message for everybody. We're just going to do a little collective here. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know what's kind of happening with the readings here, but it's feeling more like I need to do just general messages rather than like single in on signs or anything else, just the message. I'm getting a lot about how I need to communicate, like all this like really nice kind of peaceful energy, but if people are only watching like their sign or their house, then they might not get the message. So we got, let's look here, let's see what we're getting. Okay, this is definitely, I'm just going to pull some tarot here, you guys. We're going to see, and then I'm going to pull some oracles. I'm going to see what comes out. Just doing a Celtic cross. Okay. On the bottom, the King of Cups. I was thinking about this today. Like, one of the big messages here is, in order to like free our minds and like make our lives more peaceful, we have to understand how powerful our emotions are. The King of Cups understands the power of emotions, and he's very still with all of the emotions, and he does not act on them. He's in control of his emotions. He's in control of how much he great listener, great receiver of this is also just the knowings, the deep psychic knowings, the emotional stuff. It's just like really really powerful energy about controlling and staying in control of our emotional bodies. And right under that is the King of Wands, you guys. So this spiritual energy with this emotional, like psychic energy, it's really a great combination. And then we got the Sun right under that. So that is really nice. Okay. Now let's look at the spread here. Okay, well, let's see here. Oh, and 2 came out with this Emperor, 6 of Swords. Okay, from this reading, it looks like there could be several people having a hard time moving forward with something. Taking control over a situation and moving forward with something. Or they could really be, really hesitating on moving forward with something. Maybe you don't know quite where you're moving forward to, so it's really hard to like step out of like your comfort zone. Yeah, not feeling like really super excited because it's like, I don't know where I'm going from here. That's what I'm getting. Although there's just, so it's like kind of trying to make things work where you're at to avoid a big shakeup. There is healing going on. I am seeing that. So you could just be sitting still doing the healing, which is good. That's positive. But there's this feeling here, a feeling with strength. It's like kind of knowing you're going to have to be like show some courage or some strength with some kind of, and this does look like this reading could be talking about some independence. You could be in a situation or maybe feeling dependent on a situation or avoiding the ending or moving forward from a situation. This could be a job. This could be anything, a place you live, anything like that, you guys, because you don't know where you're going to go yet. Like there's a feeling here of not knowing, not seeing the next step is what I'm getting. And that 5 of Swords is like what's kind of, and there's a feeling here of wanting to succeed in something badly. The last reading I did was about wanting something, very, very much so wanting something, but not, it's about like being graceful and accepting that either it's just not divine timing or you may need to release some like resentments or some, and this Five of Swords can be this feeling of wanting to win, wanting to be right in spite of the cost, even if it means you sit in a place that's uncomfortable and not independent and not in your full power. So that's a cautionary message maybe for somebody. So it's really important to tap into that strength and know that you're going to have to maybe even embrace a part of yourself that you normally wouldn't to move forward, because there's some kind of ending that wants to happen that isn't happening because it's being avoided with the Tower in reverse. That's what I'm getting. So there could be an avoidance of some kind of ending here or some kind of moving forward. Okay, so the scenarios for that is one, being kind of like hell-bent on either like sticking to your cause, even if it's hurting you and maybe those around you, or it's not benefiting anybody. Two, there's a feeling here of also kind of fear of not knowing what's next. Where do I go from here? So this could be any of these, you guys, but there is a feeling here of needing to take control over, like you can't take it all with you. So there's definitely something you're gonna have to leave behind here to move forward with something here, whether this is resentments or anger or a right fight. In order to move forward in your full power physically and all that, you're going to have to leave something behind here. That is what I'm getting. And there's a feeling here of just not having a clear vision of what you want. So it's really important right now, you guys, to decide, is this what I want? And like fully committing to it, but with a like pure heart, if that makes sense. Because this Five of Swords is not like necessarily always to me like pure-hearted. It's more like it's really stubborn energy. It's like we're gonna get some oracles on this, but it can be very stubborn and very conflict. Like not that you want to be in a fight or a battle or a conflict, but it's just like, I'm not giving up. Like no matter how long this lasts, or no matter how much this sucks or hurts, or even if I stay stuck here, I'm not giving up my stance. And that has been a message over this last month about switching stances and positions. And, you know, we've been taught to like stand our ground on certain things. And there are some things we need to reevaluate, like what we're standing our ground for and why. And is it really benefiting us? That's a big message. Let's look at a surrender card real quick. See what needs to be surrendered. You know, there also is a feeling here with the Tower that you could be holding in some anger or resentment, because there's a volcano in this, and I feel like maybe something's getting ready to just, if this is your reading and this is resonating, like it's like a holding back of some kind of expression or truth about wanting to move forward or wanting to leave this situation or this job or this place or whatever. And it's like, surrender stubbornness. That I can't make this up, you guys. I'm feeling that stubbornness is what's stopping you from being in your full power with the Nine of Pentacles at the center of the reading. It's like wanting to be independent, and just because you're independent, guys, doesn't mean you can't be in a relationship or in a committed anything. It just means you stand in your full physical power. Nothing's controlling like what you're doing, like with your mind, your body, your spirit. You're making your own abundance happen. You're not relying on others to make you feel worthy or anything. It's all you, you know. This is, and the thing stopping you is some kind of stubbornness of not wanting to leave something in the past or release something or let something kind of go, or let something kind of fall apart. This is feeling, because there is healing happening, and just because things fall apart, you guys, doesn't mean it can't come back together. I am a firm believer, if you've been with this channel, in hope, and I think it's one of the greatest things about our existence. Like, if we don't have hope, what do we have? And if we, and it's not even about just having hope, it's like being hope, like just knowing that that exists, and every day can be better than the last, and it all matters on how we feel, how we control our emotions, how we look at the emotional stuff that's happening. Are we being stubborn? Are we being dramatic? Are we being or it's like, I feel like this feeling of needing to sit in like that soul power. And I feel this differently, you guys. Like, I always say this, I'm like, the spirit kind of isn't emotional. I say this and I stand by it. The emotions are a very human thing that we have, and it's a gift. but it can also be quite a hindrance if we're wrapped up in it or swept up in it. I've taken years just learning about emotions because I'm an emotional person. Not so much, it doesn't mean I ain't emotional anymore. I don't react to my emotions. I know when something doesn't feel good, I let it kind of go through me, and I tap into my power that if I give into these emotions, or I give into this, it's going to shake my stability, my inner stability, because then I'm getting swept up in something that's it may be out of your control. Most of the time, a lot of those things that kind of hurt or just shake us up aren't even in our control, you guys. The only thing is we keep moving forward, and we do it with grace and acceptance, which was the last reading. So surrender stubbornness is the surrender card for this reading. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, and the last reading was about like, it had like two different feelings here. Like one, you could be holding yourself back from something you truly want to move towards, which would also go with this reading because there's still healing going on, and there might even be some like resentment, some anger or something. But it's actually taking your power away by not just moving in that direction. The resentments and stuff could be holding you back from truly going after something that you know is in your path and you know is right for you. Or it could be also another scenario where it's like, you're being so stubborn, you're not letting go of something that's just not right for you. So you'll know better where you are at in that. But this is been the message with these readings. And it says, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. So observe the stubbornness, observe the rigidity, observe that feeling of being like, no, I'm not budging. I'm not being flexible. This has also been a message. Be more in flow right now. We got a lot of shifts happening, and I'm not going to confuse everybody with all the astrology and stuff, but there's so much happening, you guys. Very important to go with the flow of nature. I had a really nice kind of meditative moment, and it was a long moment, like probably over an hour, of feeling like going through these feelings of not feeling like blending with nature, with the world. I look around and I see all these animals and these creatures that they can camouflage, and they live in nature and they blend, and we don't do that. Like, we make ourselves stand out. We're like quite opposite. It feels kind of unnatural, but that's because we're meant to use this kind of other part of us that's not necessarily, I mean, it's powerful, you guys. We can use it to be predators, or we can use it to be helpful and help each other and help the earth, the animals, everything, you guys. This has been a big message, and this is what I've been kind of thinking a lot about the last couple days. And it's been coming to me, and it's like there's this feeling of the only way to be more in nature or more blended or more in flow with the environment that we're in is to not be so stubborn about standing out, which is interesting. And it doesn't mean standing out or being yourself isn't a positive thing. It's just like, and it doesn't mean, okay, how do I put this? Spirit. Okay. It's good to stand your ground on something you truly believe in. But at times, the natural energy, the natural flow of things needs that space to move things. Because you can't move everything. We can't move everything, you guys. We want to control everything. That's why, because that's what we are. We're energies of we're leader energy of this earth. Like, we're supposed to lead with this understanding that flexibility is a part of good leadership and part of allowing other things, and including us, which we are nature. But there's also this feeling of us fighting our true nature or embracing it to like this really, and that's that strength card too. It's like, what part of yourself are you embracing? Is it this, I feel like a good leader or a good, is a little flexible. You can't just be rigid all the time, or this is my way or the highway. There could be some kind of need to release some kind of, I am feeling that anger or resentment, but I'm also feeling like a control of something. And it doesn't mean it's not, it just means some things are getting worked out within the environment. And you just got to hold your own stability and strength inside and continue your healing. Because this is all healing. Some people might say, well, I'm not healing from anything. Yes, we are. And I will argue that till forever. we're always healing. We're healing old conditioning. We're healing ancestral wounds. We're healing old stories. We're healing so much that we don't even, you could have nothing negative has happened to you in the last year. You're having a great time. There's still deep-seated things that you have the power to help heal. And I do believe that. So this is about stubbornness. So maybe this is part of this healing process too. It's like be this stubborn stance. And it says this will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Not being so rigid and like, nope, it has to be this way, or something of that nature, you guys. There's a feeling needing to kind of get a little flexible and bend a little here. That's what I'm getting. All right. So let's get a mandala card. And if you're already doing this, continue to do so. I'm with this specific reading, it's not really saying that, it's just saying it. But if you are, and this is just kind of where you've been, is like having a hard time like releasing a certain stance or a certain belief or a certain judgment or anything like that. I've been talking about this for months, you guys, heavy, because it's really important as these energies are shifting that we do this healing like now. Crossroads of destiny. This is crossroads. We are at a crossroads, you guys. We really are. We got the storm wisdom, and we are going to read that. Angel Raziel and Peter Sight. Storm wisdom. I love that. Yeah, this could feel like you might be avoiding even some kind of shake-up or some kind of turmoil, but it brings, and this was in the last reading too, it's bringing you growth. It's bringing you tools to help you navigate through all of this so that King of Cups energy is instilled in you. It's there. It's fixed. It's there. You understand how to handle your emotions. You understand when you're trying to control things, either through emotions or through like the controlling of emotions, whether it's yours or another's. It's just being really wise about how we are navigating the sea of these emotions. Whether this is like, oh, I really want this, that's still it's still an emotion. Or man, that makes me so angry. That's still an emotion. Man, I can't believe that person. That's an emotion. That's a judgment. So it's about releasing all these things and just letting it grow your wisdom and go, okay, this is just how it is, and I am not going to give my power, my control to something I have no control over, because it's making you weaker, if that makes sense. This is okay. So and if you are taking this wisdom away from this storm and you are utilizing all of your might to move forward with something, do so mindfully and with flexibility. It says, we bring you the gift of storm wisdom. This is the fierce cleansing nature of divine compassion. This is feeling a lot like the other message, you guys. It's like having this super duper unconditional love and compassion for others, our environment, everything we are in and a part of. And we have so much influence too, we don't even realize the power of our energy. We're starting to, and that's powerful, because once people understand how powerful their energy is, it can be focused and utilized to better things and people. It's really important, you guys. It's a storm wisdom, thrills the spirit, for it understands that so much benefit and liberation will come from the process. Yet the mind may quake at the prospect of such little control over how your life events are unfolding for a time. That's exactly what I'm feeling like. There's some shifts and changes trying to happen, and there's resistance here. There's some kind of feeling of not wanting to surrender, not wanting to let go of a firm belief that you're right about this, or that this should be this way, or there's a feeling here of not budging, not allowing the divine or nature to work its magic, its natural flow. Okay, there is that feeling. So it says, for it understands that so much benefit and liberation will come. Oh, I did read that. It says, what is happening during an experience of storm wisdom is that anything that has become stagnant or obstructing to your spiritual growth will be uprooted. That feels like this Five of Swords. It could be obstructing your movement forward, almost like a self-sabotage, or this could even be sabotage around you, but it's being eliminated, whatever this is, whether it's in you, and you may feel like, man, I just can't fight for this anymore, or I can't stand my ground on this anymore, or I can't deal with this anymore. This is, there's something here getting moved out of the way, and it could feel really disruptive to the mind, but for the spirit, it's going to offer a lot of room to grow. That is what I'm getting. And it says, you may find that the divine storm of transformation, and that is this Tower card, you guys, this divine storm of transformation, taking down anything that doesn't help you transform and grow. There's just a feeling here of you not feeling too sure about it, and maybe standing in a certain position that maybe is also not helping you move forward, if that is your. But on the other side, if you are allowing and you are being flexible and you're understanding that there's a healing process happening here and there's transformation happening here, and things will be what they will be. They will turn into what they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to grow into, and not be that like Emperor energy right now. I'm feeling the Empress energy, allowance. That's really big, you guys. It says you may find, or you may feel simultaneously liberated and exhilarated, whilst also wondering if everything is going to be okay. I'm getting that. I'm getting that with this Page of Wands and this Page of Pentacles that were reversed. It's like, what? It's like, I don't have a plan for, like, I don't have a plan B. This is my plan. This is what I'm, but it's saying trust in this process, release something, even without a backup plan or a backup plan. This could be over planning, overthinking something in order to just win. But that kind of thinking lacks faith. It lacks faith in the divine process. It lacks faith in the natural flow. And that's what this King of Cups understands, you guys. Like, we do not interfere with the natural flow of things. We can control ourselves and ourselves only in what we do with our spiritual energy, our energetic energy, our emotional energy, our psychic energy, but we cannot control what others are doing. Big, not without instilling fear or illusion or something like that. We have to allow things to unfold the way they're going to unfold. And it is for the highest good. I do believe that. It says, you must remember that you will always, or you will only be asked to give up something in order to receive that which is far more beautiful and supportive of your sacred life journey. Yes, so if you're being asked to leave somewhere, or maybe a situation, relationship, job, home, something like that, it's because there's something more. You're not being asked to, you're like, I don't see it. I'm feeling that with this reading. I don't see where this is going. I don't see where I'm going to plant my seeds. I don't see any passion or purpose moving forward in anything else, but it's going to arrive as you move forward and trust. I am feeling that. Okay. You're not being asked to give up something in order to receive that which you are that is more beautiful and supportive of your sacred life journey. Something that's more in alignment with you. You must also remember that the cleansing power of the storm will revitalize you, bring you fresh energy and perspective to take forward in your journey, and is a divine blessing which will only bring good into your life. Yeah, it's going to just like kind of letting something, maybe letting the storm kind of happen without trying to control it, control the emotions of it, or control the trajectory of it, is going to actually bring a little excitement. It might feel like anxiety or discomfort, but that's when change happens. That's when we tap into that part of us that says, okay, I'm not going to sit here stagnant and not move forward. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to make something happen here because this is happening. We are like that kind of control energy where it's like, man, I got to do something about this. Well, do something about where you're going and what you're doing, and not trying to stay in a position or take on a stance or a fight that just isn't worth it. It's not helping grow you. There's something here that's just feels like it's not helping your soul's growth. And that's the message I'm getting. So it says, when this comes to you, there is a special message for you. If you are already in the midst of transformational change, perhaps that which is deeply challenging, that is what I'm feeling. Feeling that for a lot of people. Some might just be getting ready to enter this kind of tower moment, and than a cautionary to just let it happen. Let the tower fall. Let the storm come through. Let it cleanse. Let it clean. Let it take the debris away that does not belong in your path. Because that debris is getting in the way of you moving forward on your spiritual path. But also those that are already on this, already doing this, already moving forward, and it just feels like, man, I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on to something here. I'm being stubborn here. Then you know it's that message is for you. And this is saying, it can feel challenging and you cannot see any end in sight. That's what I'm getting with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands and that Six of Swords reverse. It's like, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see land to put my seeds on. I don't see anything passionate really in the future. This Three of Wands also came out reversed, which is that vision. I don't have a vision besides this one. And it's saying, this is wild, okay? It says, you cannot see any end in sight or are worried that the changes are going to be devastating. Have faith. And that's what I was feeling. Like this energy is really coming in strong. Spirit's coming in strong and saying, have faith. Have faith. Please have faith in the universe and the natural flow and process of growth and transformation and evolution. It's happening. We have to have faith right now, you guys. We have to embrace, and that comes with embracing our own truth, our own soul selves, that we know if this is part of everybody. So we all know the growing and the learning and the expansion that we're going through. Personally, everybody else is going through the same thing. We aren't alone. So have faith in that process. If you've seen it, you felt it, and it's happening in your life, it's happening in somebody else's. Could be a situation, could be a whole bunch. Just, you don't have to save or fix or hold on to things. Just your spiritual progress and your spiritual growth and your faith and your hope in a better whole. That's what I'm getting. I love that. It says divine intervention and protection liberate. Oh wait, let me read. It says, you shall come through this, and the reason for the storm was needed in your life is because a gentler method would not have been sufficient to free you. So if something feels like, oh man, couldn't this be nicer? Couldn't this be more gentle? Why does this feel so harsh? And because it's not going to work that way. This can be a quite, if you're just feeling like, say either whether this is you holding on to a really stubborn stance or somebody else even in your life, it's got to go. Like these old behaviors, these old habits, these old things that self-sabotage us and the natural process of our energies going through what they need to go through to be exactly the teacher and the students that we are, like as spirits. This needs to happen. This movement needs to happen. The shakes need to happen. The shake-ups need to happen. And in order to see the truth of hey, this is actually me. It's not all this, but this is what I'm supposed to be showing, teaching, learning, growing through. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I love that. Although it does feel towery, but it feels like right now there's an avoidance of that tower because of some stubbornness, and it's just have faith in this, you guys. Let things, even if they feel like, cry your tears in your alone time, or write, or just pray, whatever it is you do to find that peaceful, still understanding, deep knowing and understanding that things are exactly as they're supposed to be and exactly how they are meant to be in order for things to grow and expand and transform. There's big transformation happening here. You just may not be seeing that. And whether this is for you and a huge release of some stubbornness, maybe some resentments, maybe a really harsh stance, or somebody else going through this, because this could go either way. This is a general message. And I have been guided to do these messages just kind of collectively and for either side. And there's nothing wrong with being on one or the other. It's just something we need to work through, something we need to grow through, and something we need to be aware of. Yes, we are stubborn. Yes, we are controlling. Yes, we have a lot of emotions. And yes, those emotions cause us to want to control things and do things to make us feel better. But what if we just feel all right? In spite of our emotions, we can just understand that it's part of growth. It's part of learning. And we don't have to feel really any certain way about it. Yes, it's going to cause us to cry. It's just our biology. But it doesn't mean it has to stop us. It doesn't mean it has to stop anybody else from growing and learning what they needed to learn through the emotional experiences, through the controlling experiences, through the whatever experience it is you're having in your life. Do not resist. If you feel emotional as you read these words, This is what I was feeling. Go with it. Do not resist. If you feel emotional, as you read these words, you are recognizing truth. There is truth here. Trust in the responses of your feelings and know that all will be well, according to the compassionate higher wisdom. There is so much compassion. Okay, we have compassion. We are made of the same stuff. And it's on us all the time. Compassion, love, understanding, forgiveness. We are learning to show that to each other as we are shown that. And we know that. So like if you're here today and you've been through it and you're still hoping and shining and having faith, you've had great compassion and grace and love from the divine. And it's time to just trust this process. I love that. If you do not yet see the storm in your life, don't be afraid. This oracle can indicate a time when there is much movement after a period of stagnancy, where nothing seems to be moving forward. And so this could be a very, like, you're not seeing something happening yet, but something is happening behind the scenes. Just release something, because something's changing and shifting and cleansing here. Like if this is like a situation you're in or watching, you're like, man, nothing's shifting there, nothing's changing there. This ain't moving. Just do not interfere. Have faith in the process. Something is happening. That's what I am getting. It's the burst of fresh air and life that increases your vitality and inspires you, whipping you up in a loving whirlwind of new opportunity, connection, and love. There are those minds that fear the storms of life because they don't trust in the benevolence of the universe and how much they are actually loved. And we are so loved, you guys. Through our storms, through our dark times, we're supported, we're nurtured, we're shown, and we grow and we learn how to do that too, to help for our physical bodies. We know our spirits are held because there's so many times we just want to fall apart, and we feel that. We feel that we feel that healing. We feel that understanding. We feel that love. And if you aren't, then there's a blockage of some sort where it's just like we have to trust this process. It's big. We are living, breathing, growing, expanding, evolving beings, and we are learning to be more compassionate. We are learning to be more forgiving. We are learning to be more understanding and trusting, and release the rigid control of what we, like as a one, wants, and do what is right for the nature of us, for the environment, for all of it, so it all flows better together. It's interesting. It's a big message, you guys. It says, then there are those that trust life and feel loved. And this is saying there is some people that don't feel that. And it says, and they are the ones that stand head tilted up, arms flung wide open, yelling woohoo, as the rain pours down and the winds howl, and fresh cold air cleanses the body, mind, and soul. Be the lover of life who boldly receives love's grace now. Let change be a welcome gift of love's eternal grace, for that is what it is in truth. Love's eternal grace. I love that. Not only do we have this greatly within us. We don't tap into it because we've been taught we need to control things to make things go our way. And if things aren't going our way, we're going to feel a certain way. That's why it's important to realize what those feelings are doing to us and each other and our earth and our everything, you guys. This is so important. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a illuminated earth oracle. I love that. I hope everybody's doing well, taking care of themselves, getting plenty of sleep. I do have to say, sleeping has been a little strange, but just lots of dreams, lots of stuff. Path on the bottom, you guys. Yes, there's something here that's blocking your path, or you're allowing to block your path, or you might even be blocking your own path by not allowing the obstacles to be blown away. Harmony. Be in harmony with the whole. I am going to read that real quick. It's just a short little thing, but why not? I love that. As with a moving symphony, a harmonious state of accord is reached through shared vision and attunement to a higher purpose. Working with others to achieve this state accentuates progress in areas of our lives that may feel dissonant. I love that. This is going to bring things together. this harmony, this allowance, this kind of working together with a completely different instrument, completely different, all these different colors coming together and focusing on one, like, unified understanding that we are all growing. We all need this space to grow. We all need this understanding that that is what we are doing, and everything you've been through and everything you're going through and everything you're going to go through is all the growing process. It's all part of bringing all of this together. And I get that ray of light energy through this, all these different energies coming together and doing what their energy, their vibration is meant to do. And it just causes this beautiful, symbiotic relationship between us, each other, the earth, everything. But we got to take the time to hear this, to listen to this, and to understand our own kind of individual soul path by really stopping to and not trying to control what that path is. Just understand that we are going to serve our light, serve our purpose in the way we are meant to serve it. No matter where we're at, no matter who we're around, you have a certain vibration, a certain tone, a certain lesson, a certain teaching to bring to the collective, and that is something Spirit has been hammering in my head, how everybody needs to embrace their own authentic truth, soul voice, soul purpose. And that's it's a hard thing. It's like, well, what's my soul purpose? I don't understand. It will come when you stop trying to create your purpose. It just is. It's like, it just comes naturally. It's just, it is really natural. It's absolutely not fighting nature right now. And what your natural teaching is, what your natural lessons are, what have you learned? What do you have to just bring? What is your vibe? And don't be stubborn about other people's stances and stuff either. They're working through their stuff, and they will be guided or shown or led to release their own trying to control the path or the vision. There isn't really anything more powerful than not having a plan. It's really good to set goals. I'm going to, I want to be a better person tomorrow than I am today. I want to be more understanding. I want to be more loving. But the actual physical stuff is how do I put this? Our energetic energy is creating this physical reality. So it's really important to get in with that energy first and not worry about the physical so much. Don't worry about the physical so much. Worry about the energy that's creating the physical. What we put our energy into, what we pay attention to, how we are embracing our own energy. Are we at peace? Are we at harmony with who we are? That's going to create something really beautiful outside of ourselves, you guys. That's a very powerful message. All right, let's go ahead and get one of these. Yeah, whew. Big message here for everybody, What we got? Coral reef. That's interesting. I always get with the coral reef, and then on the bottom is the orca whale. I love the orca whale. I honor my internal instincts and allow my higher self to guide me through this time. And I always, with the coral reef, get this kind of staying in the comfort zone, in this depth that's just safe, okay? So there's an interesting feeling with this reef energy. And to me, it's huge. It's community. It's kind of the safe place, it's in the shallows. You can kind of see everything, but there's tons going on. It says, you are the roots which provide nourishment for others to grow. So this is about that sharing, being in this reef, being in this community, being in this place, this energetic space of understanding your contribution, what you have to offer to this place that may it's almost like we think we see everything, but there's so much going on in this. There's so much. I've been getting this big network energy, this mushroom stuff, and there's this network of communication and energy coming through. It's hearing it through the grapevine kind of thing, only it's I've been getting the mushroom message, through the emotions, the psyche, the mind, all this connection, this energy connecting to make a more unified place for us to be, to reside. It's not all seen, okay? There's a lot happening below the surface, and your energy, your roots, what you are about matters to that. It matters to the growth of the colony, of the whole. And that is a big message, you guys. We want to contribute something really beautiful from ourselves to the whole, because that whole is us. It's our home. This is our home. So that's really beautiful. Well, this is our physical home, right? We have to really bring this energy to the surface to be seen and utilized, maybe inspire, maybe encourage others, and just get a more unified energy here. What do we got here? Lemurian waters. Okay, that's interesting. That's beautiful. This is quite reflective too. And there's this healing, this lotus energy big time in this. I am going to read that, okay? And we're going to read that coral reef too. Let's see here. I opened right up to it, guys. Coral reef, you are the roots which provide nourishment for others to grow. Cradle, life, and nourishment. The spirit of the great coral reef is reminding you that the care and nurturing you put out into the world is the foundational soil that will not only sustain yourself, but will allow others to attain nourishment and grow. And this is what I was feeling, like that allowance for others to grow, to evolve, not to try to control things right now, because everybody's going through the process big time and getting their own lessons. And we just need to allow this, trust in that growth, trust in this nature to grow, to expand, to evolve, because that's what we're doing. That's our natural nature. That's the most natural we can be. The great coral reef asks you to be the bedrock which others will build upon. You know, be that leader, set that example, allow that space, and let others know it's okay for them to allow people in their life the space to grow, to nurture, to evolve. The more we try to control things, the more negative energy there is behind our existence, behind our everything, in everything. And the less it hinders the growth. It hinders the natural process of what's happening here. It says your natural ability to attract abundance is a gift meant for you to share with others. Offer your wisdom and knowledge so others might be able to also succeed. Sometimes success isn't offered to one person in particular, rather to a group of like-minded individuals who work together towards a common goal. This is what I was getting with like the mushroom message. It's like this network of like-minded, or the way we communicate, the way we talk, or the way we connect, that connection. It's like, and I am feeling it a lot, like light workers, people that are really, really, really doing this big push here at the end of this year, as Pluto's also entering for a 20-year cycle at the end of January, going into Aquarius. But we're going to get more of Aquarius Pluto energy than Capricorn Pluto energy in January, which is right around the corner, guys. Time is flying. And we're just really needing to put this extra love and this extra compassion, this extra energy into the release of control, negative thinking, stubbornness, maybe a lack of hope, faith, all these things that are powerful for the human spirit, our spirits, you guys. And we need this more than ever right now. I am feeling that. And it says discernment is always necessary when working with others or sharing your knowledge. But if you're able to solve an equation that can cause a healing ripple throughout the world, this is your time to do so. And I'm feeling that. Like, I've been feeling it personally myself in even the readings. I'm like, something's going to change here, because it needs to be even more expansive. Like, because this feels like it's time. It's time to really, we got like a trine, like, coming in, which is about flow and support and harmony. Actually, I think that might even be today or tomorrow. I think it's like a Saturn trine, maybe Venus. But yeah, not to confuse anybody, but this is important energy we're going through right now, and big shifts. They're trying to, everything is working to try to support this growth, this transformation, these releases, this togetherness, this harmony, this divine kind of angelic energy. We're definitely feeling this, you guys. So let me read this Lemurian waters. Beautiful. Let's see here. think... Yeah, okay, this is the right one. Here we go. There we go. Soul gifts, embodied alchemy, and abundance. This is where our abundance is at. This is where that Nine of Pentacles is. Not allowing things that we want to control or things that are out of our comfort zone, like compassion or understanding or forgiveness or hope or faith, that stubbornness, to think we can do it without allowing nature to take its course. It's just unreal, because that's what we're surrounded by. We need to become more a part of that and allow that to be a part of us and our flow. I am getting that. I am a conductor of many frequencies. I am reactivating new wisdom and that quietly dwells within me. At a cellular level, the inner waters that flow deep within the chambers of the veins of the earth are still encoded with the ancient language of Lemuria. Like crystals that contain the many whispers of time, some believe that our bodies also hold information in a similar way. As we have the ability to transmit and absorb many frequencies, we are living conductors after all. This is what I'm talking about with like my mushroom message. That's a long, it was a long download, you guys, but there's a lot here. We are releasing chemical spores. This is kind of metaphorical, you guys. It's kind of like, but this is real energy, and it's receiving, and it's constantly breathing life and existence into the physical. So it's really important we're mindful of what we're breathing out, what we're breathing in, what we're breathing out, what we're breathing in. You know, are we trying too hard to control what we want, what I want, instead of what's happening, which is beautiful. There's a beautiful, beautiful transformation and evolution happening for us right now, you guys, and it's exciting. So just feel that. Try to feel that if you can, okay? It's beautiful. I love that. It says we are living conductors after all. And that's that symphony energy too, that harmony, the conductors. And that's interesting too, because it was talking about like, well, I got like the message like with all the different instruments coming together to make a harmonious song. But we are the conductors also of our own energy. We choose what to put our energy into. We choose. We have that power. We have that will. And that's so important. That's been a message. Like Spirit wants us to know what you're watching, what you're paying attention to. How are you spending your time? How important is it that you sit with this, just your energy, nobody else's energy, and just tap into this love, tap into this understanding of growth, transformation, evolution. And that all requires us to be forgiving and understanding and accepting, because how are people going to grow? How are people going to change? How are people going to transform without going through the muck? And I got that Lotus energy in this Lemurian water card, which is the card I'm reading right now. And it's going through that muck to come out on the other side to a beautiful, it's a beautiful manifestation, okay? And I am a dreamer, I am a visionary, and I feel this in my bones, okay? It's powerful. All water is in a continuous cycle. And we got that King of Cups on the bottom, you guys. And he is the King of Water. He is a king of water. He's a master of water. Energetic. Our water holds so much. It holds memory. It holds emotions. It conducts. Water conducts energy. There's so much to this I'm getting. I'm going to slow down because it gets me really excited. But yeah, there's a lot to this message, you guys. And I hope you can take away from it what you need to take away from it to just move through this time. If there's something you're resisting or something you're feeling stubborn about, just let it go. Let it release it. Release it to the divine, release it to nature, release it to the universe, and just see what happens, okay? Have trust in this process. It says, as living beings, we are, I love this. The water is in continuous cycle of transformation and has been rebirthing its essence since time immemorial. As living beings, we are distilled with this life-giving magic. The sacred codex was one found in the ancient Lemurian waters and can be activated still. We have that well energy in this coral too. This well is like swimming above this coral, and I feel like that's like this bigger energy coming through, and it is a water energy, you guys. We got the King of Cups also. There's a lot of water energy. Water. I said in a video, I don't know, maybe I said it, I hope I said it, but that mushrooms, I'm going to go back to the mushrooms, but everything happens for a reason, and I get these messages for a reason because it connects to things I'm going to be talking about. they communicate through air and water. The spores and the chemicals are all through air and water. And that's how they communicate. That's how they, and what one's feeling over here, the others are feeling over there. It's like, it's a big system, you guys. And that's how we are. That's how we are. It matters so much how we feel, how we are releasing and what we're taking in, how our health is, how our happiness is, how our well-being is. It's so important. So it says Lemurian waters can be activated still through your own visualization of subtle or deeper remembrance. Yes, I love that. This card indicates a time of significant spiritual growth and inner healing. That is happening. They've got that Three of Swords in that healing position. And it's right at the root of this. This is what this is all about. Those around you that you love, that you're like, oh, I don't want to leave them, or I don't want this out of my life. Doesn't mean they are. We're healing. That's what we want in love. We want the ones we love and care about to heal. We want us all to heal and be more understanding and more accepting and less resistant. It's going to cause a lot less pain and heartache in our day-to-day. And we're going to be happier people. That's just the truth. This card indicates a time of significant spiritual growth. It is a powerful omen that crosses many sands of time and wisdom teachings that have long been lost. That's that well energy too, above the coral reef, which is a different card, you guys. It's that ancient well energy also coming through this Lemurian waters card. This is the energy that I've been getting. It's this really that Mother Ocean energy. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but there's a couple of astrologers I watch. But they're talking about Sedna and the goddess of the sea. And that was discovered during this, like our lifetime, it's crazy, you guys. There's this water energy, and it's powerful, and in a metaphorical and a physical way. Okay, a place where a language of love is shared with all to remind you that you are a part of the sacred beauty that is imbued in every atom, particle, and deeper structure of creation. Love it. Okay, I absolutely love that. I love this reading. It's just really spirit coming in and so encouraging, so loving, and saying, hey, trust us. Trust this. This is beautiful. And I know I felt a shift. Like, it was rough. And you might still be in some of the rough stuff, you guys. But right after this release of control and just this surrender and this trust and this faith, and maybe surrendering some stubbornness about everything, like a lot of things, there's a freedom. There's a freedom. There's a liberation around the corner for your spirit, for your soul to talk about what it wants to talk about, do what it wants to do, work the way it wants to work. I don't even want to say do what it wants to do. It's like it works. It works. Let's see what we got here. You got the love. You got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So this is really, really important. And it goes back to the beginning of this reading where something may be hanging on to. It did kind of feel like, kind of hanging on to something, not being maybe having strong boundaries, maybe with somebody else, or maybe creating too strong of boundaries with someone you love, and it's just not resulting in the flow or the harmony that it could be. So I am going to read this. You got the love. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure divine unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. This is so important. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. Okay, so this is important. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in separate body, to learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others. Not this codependent or controlling relationship, but this understanding that love, we want others to grow. And they need that freedom to grow. And we can feel this. We know this. To remember that the love they seek is already within them and that they truly do have the love all on their own. And you don't need to get love or acknowledgement or anything like that from others, you guys. You can feel this for yourself. You can understand it kind of weakens your energy. It weakens your spirit to think, I need that person, or I need that job, or I need that place in order to feel more when you're already plenty. You're enough. You're exactly. It's just, there's so much. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. So you could be being really stubborn about boundaries too. And this could mean setting them up way strong or not enough. And maybe even allowing something to interfere. And that could be what's trying to be washed away because it needs to be happen because there's something in the way of like you taking a certain path with your energy, and it needs to be, it's like, whatever this is, it needs to go through its own thing, but it's in your way right now. So it doesn't mean after change, after growth, after whatever, we can't come back to, but not come back. We don't want to go back in the past, but we can definitely come back to a situation, a relationship, maybe an idea, maybe a dream, maybe a goal, and we can revisit it. But right now, there's something getting in the way here that you need to put a boundary with, or not fight for so hard. Maybe the boundary is releasing control. Maybe that's a boundary you need to set with yourself. I'm getting that also. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. These can be real, you guys. This card is a sign to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. What am I agreeing to here? Am I agreeing to this volatility? Am I agreeing to this control? Am I agreeing to, this is huge. This is for your path. Like, what are you allowing to block your truth, your true flow, your true nature, maybe your evolution, your expansion? Or are you doing this to another? It's very, very powerful. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless. That's what I'm feeling. But there's a stubbornness to hanging on to something where you feel powerless. You feel like you can't change the situation. So let it go. That's what I'm getting. There is a harmony and there's something beautiful coming together by letting something go here. This could be your own need to control something. This could be a stubbornness you have about maybe forgiving something, maybe understanding something. You're going to have to figure that out, you guys, but this is a strong message. And it says to assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe or cover up. Yes, we don't want our relationships, and we do this, to fulfill some part of us that feels like unworthy or like it's not enough without another person, or we can't do it, because that just sits in that feeling of I can't do it. I need that, or I need that. I don't have the power within me. That's so debilitating for not just our energy, but even for our manifestations, even for our physical reality, because that comes out in our physical reality. This is a loaded message, you guys, okay? So let's get one of these. This is a loaded message. We got Nocturnus. This is what I was feeling at the beginning, too, about the sleep and dreams, and we got the wild card. It's what we do right now, you guys. It matters. Everything we do right now matters, and it's powerful. Okay, let's read this little short to that Nocturus. Okay, am I even in the right? Yeah, I am. Nocturus, of the night, a place of dreams and unconscious activity. Once again, we're getting into that King of Cups energy, unconscious activity, dreams. I was feeling that at the beginning. Coral reef, the stuff underneath. Something happening here. I've been getting a lot of dreams myself. That which cannot be seen by the naked eye. Mysterious and astrological influences. And I was feeling that. We know we got some stuff happening right now, you guys, astrologically. This is very important. You can see all the planets and everything working to move things. We need to trust the process here. Trust nature right now. And all those planets and all of everything is nature. We are even nature, but we like to control things. So that's but that's powerful, because we can actually make good things happen with that too, because we're aware of the changes and the things we can make happen if we put our minds to it. So that's powerful. So we want to make good stuff here. All right, let's see what we got for the energy archaeology deck. And we got, I love this. This gives me that blazing a new trail energy, activating. It's the right foot. Something's activating here. And we got resonance. It's starting to wake up to something that's resonating within, starting to realize what steps you need to take next. And they might even be different than you're used to taking. There's a feeling here of taking uncharted paths. I've been getting that for a minute. Let's read this real here. Your movement in this lifetime, born of your intuitive guidance, is how your energy needs to activate on the physical plane. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This energy is how we move our energy. How do I put this? What you do, the steps you take, the things you watch, the things you release, the things you don't control, the things you do put boundaries up, or you do, this all matters. This is how we're activating our kind of trailblazing energy, that new path, like your path. And it was on the bottom of that illuminated earth oracle too. And this is all the elements, you guys. It's earth, water, air, and fire. Nice harmony with the all of it. Very magician-y like energy. The imbalance, it means opportunity and invitation. Out of balance, it's timid, untrusting, and forceful. That's what I'm getting. So let's not be forceful. Let's be trusting, and let's be brave by doing that, because it takes a lot of bravery to release control. That's what we've been taught. We're stubborn about stuff. That if I ain't stubborn about it, I'm not going to get what I want. Yes, you are. You're going to get more than what you want. Because you want to be in flow. You want to be a part of this world in a very flowing, natural way. That's what we really want in our souls. Like, we want to just be. Like, it's so much less conflictive to the mind, to the heart, when we're just what and who we are. The energy in the right foot is designed to flow and flow fast. It is the platform and vehicle for activating your energy in this world. As you move energetically with your life, the right foot is creating an imprint of your specific frequency. That's what I was feeling with that harmony card. And this is the first foot you take forward, the first step you take to move into that direction that's in alignment for you, stepping into alignment with your energy. I love that. It's the invitation found through your right foot isn't only about moving forward. No, because I'm feeling this. It's about leading too. It's about leading too. It says it's about metaphorically stepping into exactly what is aligned for you in this moment. Because of the speed of flow here, it's meant to be trusted inherently. Things might be happening fast. They are. I'm feeling it. Stuff's flying. Take that step forward. Step into your power. Step into your truth. Step forward with your true energy. I love it. It says when your specific frequency is passing through these bones, it's ready to move you. Energetic misalignments happen in these bones when you don't trust yourself to follow your embodied wisdom and guidance. I love that. This goes perfectly with this reading, you guys. I love it. Know that your movements in this lifetime, whether you roam far and wide or ground deeply in one place, are an effect of how your energy needs to activate on the physical plane. Activate the physical plane. This is why it's been so important about this communicating message I've been getting. Because I know now, I understand like how this is activating our physical plane, how it's changing our physical reality. It's crazy, our energy. It's big. When you desire to travel, to share, to move with many people in many places, whether physically, digitally, or energetically. I've been getting this about technology too. Everything's so fast, the way we communicate. It's really important we put our energy and our time and our truth into what we're doing, even in the digital, even in what we're watching. It's so important right now because it's all being mapped. It's all a big network, you guys. It's powerful. You do so because the energy you're here to transmit needs to touch those lives and places. You are like a wind-blown seed, spreading far and wide, sometimes never knowing the impact you have. I love that. When you root deeply in one place, trust the effect you are having with those closest to you and the environment in which you are now settled. The energy you activate and transmit in the single space or with a few people is enough to change everything. Like an acorn that lands and grows in the barren field, it changes the environment over time, so do you. I was getting that with the Page of Swords and the Page of Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles reversed. It's like, I'm not seeing how this is going to help. I'm not seeing what this is going to plant. I'm not seeing what good this is going to do, so I want to control things, or I don't want this to change. It's going to allow that expansion, that vision to come into sight of what this means, just taking those trusting steps forward for your energy, for your soul. I love this. The energy you're activating is directly tied to your innate wisdom and desires. Trust them and trust yourself. Move when you're inspired to move, and grow deeper when you're called to go, and grow deeper when you're called to rest. I love that. How do I desire to show up each day, and what excites and moves me? Do I prefer to root deeply or contribute widely in this current moment and or a season of life? And we'll go through times where it's both, you guys. It's just what we feel we need to be doing at this time. Have I been taught that I need to show up, live, and be a certain way to feel valid, being seen, or making a contribution? That's been a big message, at least on my channel. All this conditioning, all this training, all this teaching us that our value lies in what we can do for that group or that structure or that institution or that, it's when we have this own like little spark, this own little seed of what we're actually doing in our day-to-day, like on the ground life, and we're learning and growing from, we can help others like step into their power and their truth. That's it. Do my current movements align with my desires and motivations, or is it time to rethink those internal narratives? Yes, doing stuff that's in alignment for you. Doing stuff you're feeling deeply and authentically. Like, that's it. You know? Doesn't matter how it sounds. Doesn't matter if it's what you've been taught. If it's in alignment for you and it's in alignment for your energy, then it's what you need to be doing. And trust that. Trust that. Trust that. Maintenance. Take care of yourself as your prime responsibility. The process of upkeep, preserving something, and attending to needs. Take care of yourself right now. Courage. Fortune favors the bold. Bravery is in the face of fear. The will to confront pain, difficulty, or danger. If this is a situation that you look at, maybe it could be painful, difficult, or dangerous. Face it. Fortune favors the bold. And we got spontaneity. This is taking that fast, trusting step forward. Fast, trusting step forward. Make hay while the sun shines. This is a good time to make those bold moves, you guys. That's what I'm getting. Make those courageous moves and steps to release stubbornness or release resentment, or to move forward or away from something. Move into something. Move away from something. Whether this is something within yourself that is blocking you, an obstacle that's trying to be removed within yourself or your environment, let it go. That's what I'm getting. All right, guys? So that is the reading. I hope it helps somebody. And as always, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys coming, watching the videos. Your support, you guys. I appreciate it. I don't always put out like regular videos. I have times where I'm doing really good, but then I have to take breaks because I know I'm being guided to take a break. Even restructure or reevaluate like how I'm going to deliver the messages. Put more emphasis on this has been like, it's like, okay, this is for everybody. Okay, this is for anybody and everybody. Any kind of moves like this that I make are I'm guided to do. So thank you for trusting that. Thank you for trusting my process. Also, as I do put out these videos when I'm guided to, and I change things when I'm guided to, whether it's decks or times or the way they're read. It's just, it happens, and I try to go with the flow, and I'm human, and I resist change to you guys, but I have been doing the work. I know you guys are doing the work because you're watching this. So it's hard to release all of the way we want things to look or the way we want things to unfold or be, but we have to trust that by being our natural, going with the natural flow, the guidance, the stuff that we're being led to express, release, or trust, or just love what we love. Do what inspires us, what feels good. Good things are coming from that. Harmony with nature is coming from that, which makes us more in sync with all that's happening behind the scenes. And if you're in astrology, you're watching some of these bigger shifts happen, but there's a lot more than that just happening too. We got that Wheel of Fortune that just flipped when I was putting this deck away, you guys. Stay centered. Stay in your... This is your compass. This is your will. This is your direction. And keeping in mind that we do have control over our center. Okay, that's it. And we have to center this energy. We have to ground this energy. We cannot get swept up in all the stuff around. We just have to stay focused on this balance. And this, and the evolution, the turn, the changes of time. Times are changing. Times are changing. It's really important to embrace this and navigate our way through it with our spirit, with our soul, with our center. Okay? What's on the bottom there? Judgment. Perfect. Okay? It's definitely not, it's making that call. I'm seeing this Judgment card a lot lately as bringing peace to the mind about the it's not black and white. There's a bringing together, and that peace and that rainbow, that connection, connecting our thoughts, connecting our choices to what are this opportunity, this chance to create peace and harmony in our lives, all comes from judgment. To judge or not to judge? That is the question. It's not about what we judge, it's if we judge. I'm feeling that, and then we got the moon underneath, you guys. So, beautiful reading. Thank you again. I will talk to you guys later. I'm not sure when the next reading will be, but I hope that helps somebody. And have a good day. Keep taking care of yourselves, guys, and I'll talk to you later.